Title: Telepathy, Tapping into That Brainwave Bond. Compiled by Celestial Cafe. Telepathy, often regarded as a fringe or mystical concept, is fundamentally about the direct transmission of thoughts, emotions, or information from one mind to another without using the usual sensory channels of communication. Imagine having a conversation without speaking a word, or understanding a loved one's feelings without needing them to explain. This is the essence of telepathy, a form of communication that transcends the physical and delves into the realm of the mind. Historically, telepathy has been a subject of fascination and debate across various cultures and eras. Ancient civilizations like those in Egypt, Greece, and India spoke of telepathic abilities as gifts from the gods or as advanced skills honed through spiritual practice. In religious texts, instances of telepathic communication are often recounted as divine interactions or miraculous events. Indigenous cultures, too, have long revered the ability to connect mind to mind as a natural and integral part of their spiritual and daily lives. These historical perspectives offer a rich tapestry of human experiences and beliefs that shape our understanding of telepathy today. In our modern world, telepathy remains a topic of both intrigue and skepticism. Despite technological advancements and scientific rigor, there are still aspects of human experience that elude conventional explanation. The importance and relevance of telepathy today lie in its potential to expand our understanding of consciousness, improve interpersonal connections, and offer new insights into the capabilities of the human mind. With the increasing interest in mental health, mindfulness, and holistic well-being, exploring telepathy can enrich our approach to these areas, providing deeper empathy and connection in our relationships and communities. The goal of this ebook is to provide a comprehensive and balanced exploration of telepathy. We aim to demystify the concept, presenting both historical accounts and contemporary research to give a well-rounded view. You'll find practical techniques to develop your own telepathic abilities, along with discussions on the ethical considerations and challenges one might face. By the end of this book, we hope to have not only broadened your understanding of telepathy, but also inspired you to consider its potential in your own life. Whether you are a skeptic, a believer, or someone simply curious about the possibilities of the mind, this ebook offers something for everyone. It is designed to be a journey through the past, present, and future of telepathy, encouraging you to open your mind to the extraordinary capabilities that may lie within. Telepathy is the phenomenon of transferring thoughts, feelings, or information between individuals without the use of any known human sensory channels or physical interaction. This form of communication bypasses conventional means such as speech, writing, or gestures, instead relying on a direct mind-to-mind connection. Despite its elusive nature, telepathy has fascinated humans for centuries, prompting both scientific inquiry and popular imagination. Telepathy can manifest in various forms, each distinct yet interconnected. Mental telepathy. This involves the direct transfer of thoughts or ideas from one person to another. It is the most commonly discussed form of telepathy and often features in scientific studies and popular media. Emotional telepathy. Also known as empathic telepathy, this type involves the transmission of emotions. People experiencing emotional telepathy may feel the same emotions as someone else, even when they are not physically present, fostering deep empathic connections. Physical telepathy. This form includes sensations and physical experiences transferred between individuals. For example, someone might feel a physical sensation that another person is experiencing, such as pain or warmth. While telepathy focuses on mind-to-mind communication, it is often confused with other psychic abilities. Understanding these distinctions is crucial. Clairvoyance. The ability to gain information about an object, person, location, or event through extrasensory perception. Precognition. The capacity to foresee or foretell future events. Telekinesis. The ability to move objects with the mind without physical interaction. Each of these abilities involves different mechanisms and focuses, but they are often explored together in the broader study of psychic phenomena. Neuroscience explores the potential biological basis for telepathic communication. Studies have investigated brain activity patterns during telepathic experiments, seeking correlations that might suggest a neurological foundation for telepathy. Research using techniques like functional magnetic resonance, imaging fMRI, and electroencephalograms EEG has shown that certain brainwave patterns may be associated with telepathic experiences. However, definitive scientific proof remains elusive, as reproducibility and consistency are significant challenges. Quantum physics and telepathy. Quantum physics offers intriguing theoretical frameworks that might explain telepathy. Concepts such as quantum entanglement, where particles become interconnected and the state of one can instantaneously affect the state of another, regardless of distance, provide a potential mechanism for telepathic connections. While still speculative, these theories suggest that our understanding of consciousness and reality could eventually encompass phenomena like telepathy. The Maimonides' dream laboratory experiments. In the 1960s and 1970s, researchers at the Maimonides Medical Center conducted experiments to test telepathic communication through dreams. Participants often reported dream content that corresponded closely with target images or thoughts sent by others during sleep. The Ganzfeld experiments. Conducted in the 1970s and 1980s, these experiments aimed to test for telepathy by isolating participants from sensory input and asking them to receive information from a sender. While results were mixed, some studies reported statistically significant evidence of telepathic communication. Ancient civilizations and telepathy. In ancient Egypt, telepathy was often associated with the divine and the afterlife. The Egyptians believed that the gods and the dead could communicate telepathically with the living. Priests and pharaohs, considered intermediaries between the divine and the mortal world, were thought to possess the ability to receive telepathic messages from the gods. Hieroglyphs and ancient texts depict instances where telepathy was used for prophecy and guidance, emphasizing its spiritual significance. Greek philosophers and thinkers, such as Plato and Aristotle, speculated about the possibility of direct mind-to-mind communication. Plato, in particular, discussed the concept of a shared consciousness in his works, hinting at the idea of telepathy. The Oracle of Delphi, a famous prophetic site, was believed to be a conduit for divine messages, often received in altered states of consciousness that some interpret as telepathic experiences. In ancient India, telepathy was deeply rooted in spiritual practices and texts. The Vedas and Upanishads, ancient Hindu scriptures, describe the Siddhis' supernatural abilities attained through intense meditation and yogic practices, with telepathy being one of them. Yogis and sages were said to communicate telepathically, transcending physical barriers to connect on a higher spiritual plane. The concept of mana's mind and its capabilities includes the idea of mind-to-mind communication, highlighting telepathy's revered status in Indian culture. Telepathic communication in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Christianity. Hinduism is replete with references to telepathic abilities, particularly among spiritually advanced individuals. Scriptures such as the Bhagavad Gita and various Puranas detail instances where sages and deities communicate telepathically. Lord Krishna, for example, is often depicted as having the ability to understand and communicate thoughts without spoken words, showcasing telepathy as a divine gift. While less explicitly mentioned, Christianity also contains elements that can be interpreted as telepathic. Instances of divine revelation and prophecy, where individuals receive messages from God or angels, bear similarities to telepathic communication. The concept of the Holy Spirit as a means of transmitting divine wisdom and guidance also parallels telepathic themes, suggesting an interconnectedness beyond physical interaction. Indigenous cultures and telepathic practices. Indigenous cultures around the world have long incorporated telepathic practices into their daily lives and spiritual traditions. These cultures often view telepathy as a natural extension of human capabilities, integral to maintaining social cohesion and spiritual harmony. Many Native American tribes believe in the power of telepathic communication, especially among shamans and spiritual leaders. These individuals are thought to connect with spirits, animals, and other people through telepathic means, facilitating healing and guidance. Storytelling traditions often include tales of telepathic bonds between family members, particularly twins or close relatives. Australian Aboriginal cultures have rich traditions of telepathy, often referred to as mind talk. Elders and tribal leaders are believed to possess the ability to send and receive messages over vast distances, a skill vital for coordinating activities and preserving cultural knowledge. These practices are deeply respected and considered a sacred aspect of their cultural heritage. In various African tribes, telepathy is seen as a vital communication tool, especially among spiritual healers and community leaders. These individuals, often known as shamans or witch doctors, use telepathic abilities to diagnose illnesses, communicate with ancestors, and foresee future events. Such skills are considered essential for the well-being and continuity of the community. Modern research and theories. J.B. Rhine and the foundation of parapsychology. Joseph Banks Rhine, often regarded as the father of modern parapsychology, made significant contributions to the study of telepathy and other psychic phenomena. In the 1930s, Rhine conducted groundbreaking experiments at Duke University, where he employed rigorous scientific methods to explore extrasensory perception (ESP). His work primarily involved card-guessing experiments, known as Zener card tests, where participants attempted to telepathically identify symbols on cards concealed from their view. The statistically significant results from these experiments provided compelling evidence for telepathy and other forms of ESP, laying the groundwork for parapsychology as a legitimate scientific discipline. In the decades following Rhine's pioneering work, numerous researchers have continued to explore telepathy through various methodologies. Rupert Sheldrake. Sheldrake's research focuses on the concept of morphic resonance, proposing that telepathy occurs through fields of consciousness that link individuals. His experiments, including studies on the telepathic abilities of pets and their owners, suggest a non-local connection that defies traditional scientific explanation. Dean Radin. A prominent figure in parapsychological research, Radin has conducted extensive studies on telepathy, including experiments involving the Ganzfeld procedure. This method, which isolates participants from sensory input to enhance their telepathic abilities, has produced statistically significant results supporting the existence of telepathy. Darrell Bem. Bem's research on precognitive habituation involves testing whether individuals can sense and react to future events, implicitly suggesting a form of telepathic connection with future states. His findings have sparked considerable debate and further investigation into the nature of telepathy and time perception. The role of consciousness. One prominent theory posits that telepathy is fundamentally linked to the nature of consciousness itself. Proponents suggest that consciousness is not confined to individual brains, but is a non-local, interconnected phenomenon. This perspective aligns with various philosophical and spiritual traditions that view consciousness as a shared, universal field. Telepathy, in this context, is seen as a natural extension of this interconnectedness, allowing thoughts and emotions to be transmitted across this collective consciousness. The field theory of telepathy suggests that thoughts and emotions create energy fields that can be transmitted and received by others. This theory draws parallels with electromagnetic fields, proposing that the brain emits a form of energy that can travel across space to be picked up by other receptive brains. While the exact nature of these fields remains speculative, researchers like Rupert Sheldrake have posited that morphic fields could explain telepathic connections. Morphic fields are said to organize and influence patterns of behavior and thought across individuals and species, facilitating telepathic communication. Quantum physics offers intriguing theoretical support for telepathy through the concepts of entanglement and non-locality. Quantum entanglement describes a phenomenon where particles become interconnected, such that the state of one instantly affects the state of another, regardless of distance. This non-local connection suggests a mechanism through which telepathic communication could occur. If human consciousness operates on a quantum level, entangled minds might share information instantaneously. While this theory is still highly speculative, it aligns with the idea that telepathy transcends traditional physical and spatial limitations. Techniques for developing telepathic abilities. Developing telepathic abilities begins with preparing the mind to be receptive and focused. Meditation and mindfulness are crucial practices that help calm the mind, increase awareness, and enhance intuitive capabilities. Regular meditation can improve your ability to enter a relaxed state conducive to telepathic communication. Mindfulness, the practice of being present and fully engaged in the moment, sharpens your awareness of subtle mental and emotional signals, making it easier to detect and send telepathic messages. Telepathy requires a high degree of mental clarity and concentration. Techniques to enhance focus include breathing exercises. Deep, controlled breathing helps regulate your mind and body, reducing distractions and increasing focus. Visualization. Visualizing a single object or scenario can train your mind to maintain focus over extended periods, a skill essential for telepathic practices. Mind puzzles. Engaging in activities that challenge your concentration, such as puzzles or memory games, can strengthen your mental endurance. Basic visualization techniques. Visualization is a foundational skill for telepathy, involving the creation of vivid mental images. Begin with simple exercises. Light ball visualization. Close your eyes and imagine a bright, glowing ball of light between your hands. Feel its warmth and energy. This exercise helps you focus your mental energy and prepare for telepathic tasks. Object visualization. Visualize a familiar object in your mind, paying attention to its details, color, texture, shape, and size. Holding this image clearly can train your mind to create and maintain strong mental constructs necessary for telepathic communication. Telepathic pairing, sender and receiver exercises. Practicing telepathy with a partner is highly effective. One person acts as the sender, transmitting a mental image or thought, while the other acts as the receiver, attempting to pick up the transmitted message. Simple image sending. The sender visualizes a simple image, like a circle or a square, and attempts to send this image to the receiver. The receiver writes down or draws what they perceive. Compare results to assess accuracy and improve over time. Emotion transmission. The sender focuses on a particular emotion, such as happiness or sadness, and tries to project this feeling to the receiver. The receiver notes the emotions they sense, which can help in developing empathy and emotional telepathy. Step-by-step remote viewing. 1. Preparation. Enter a meditative state to clear your mind. 2. Target selection. Choose a target unknown to the viewer, such as a specific location or object. 3. Visualization. Concentrate on the target, allowing impressions to form in your mind without judgment. 4. Recording. Write down or draw everything that comes to mind, even if it seems irrelevant. 5. Verification. Compare your notes with the actual details of the target to evaluate accuracy. Practicing remote viewing regularly can enhance your ability to gather detailed information through telepathy. Telepathic influence and persuasion. Telepathic influence involves sending suggestions or thoughts to another person with the intent of subtly influencing their behavior or decisions. Techniques for telepathic influence. 1. Focus on clarity. Ensure your thoughts are clear and precise. Vague messages are less likely to be received accurately. 2. Emotional charge. Attach a strong emotion to your message. Emotions can enhance the strength and impact of telepathic signals. 3. Ethical considerations. Use telepathic influence responsibly and ethically. Avoid manipulating others against their will or best interests. Practicing these techniques with a focus on ethical behavior can help you develop your ability to influence and persuade telepathically, fostering deeper connections and understanding. Telepathy in everyday life. Telepathy can significantly enhance personal relationships by fostering deeper understanding and empathy between individuals. When partners or friends can sense each other's thoughts and emotions, it leads to more harmonious interactions and fewer misunderstandings. Enhance communication. Using telepathic understanding, Partners can communicate feelings and thoughts that are difficult to express verbally, strengthening emotional bonds. Conflict resolution. Telepathy allows individuals to perceive underlying issues and emotions during conflicts, facilitating more effective and compassionate resolution strategies. Empathy and support. By intuitively sensing a loved one's emotional state, you can offer timely support and reassurance, creating a nurturing and supportive environment. Telepathy in parenting and education. Telepathy can play a transformative role in parenting and education by enabling parents and educators to better understand and respond to children's needs. Parent-child connection. Parents who develop telepathic sensitivity to their children can anticipate needs and emotions, providing comfort and guidance more effectively. This can be particularly helpful with infants and toddlers who cannot articulate their needs. Educational insights. Teachers and educators can use telepathic awareness to tailor their teaching methods to individual students, understanding their strengths, weaknesses, and emotional states, thereby enhancing learning experiences. Behavioral guidance. Understanding the unspoken thoughts and feelings of children can help in addressing behavioral issues more compassionately and effectively, promoting a positive developmental environment. In professional environments, telepathy can improve teamwork, leadership, and overall workplace harmony. Team collaboration. Telepathic understanding among team members can lead to more seamless collaboration, as individuals can intuitively sense each other's thoughts and needs, improving coordination and productivity. Leadership. Leaders with telepathic abilities can better understand the concerns and motivations of their team, making more informed and empathetic decisions that foster loyalty and morale. Negotiations and client relations. Telepathic sensitivity can provide insights into the thoughts and emotions of clients and negotiation counterparts, enabling more effective and persuasive communication. Ethical considerations. Telepathy, like any form of communication, must be practiced with respect for others' privacy and autonomy. Consent. Always seek consent before attempting to engage in telepathic communication. Respecting boundaries is crucial to ethical telepathic practice. Privacy. Be mindful of the information you receive telepathically. Do not divulge or misuse personal thoughts and feelings that others may not wish to share. Practicing telepathy ethically involves adhering to principles that promote trust, respect, and the well-being of all involved. Intent. Ensure your intentions are positive and aimed at mutual benefit. Avoid using telepathy to manipulate or harm others. Transparency. Be open about your telepathic abilities with those you regularly communicate with, fostering trust and understanding. Responsibility. Use your abilities responsibly, prioritizing the well-being and autonomy of others. Refrain from invasive or coercive practices. Challenges and skepticism. Telepathy versus empathy and intuition. One of the most prevalent misconceptions about telepathy is confusing it with empathy or intuition. Telepathy involves the direct transfer of thoughts, emotions, or information from one person to another without using the traditional sensory channels. It is a more explicit and deliberate form of mind-to-mind communication. Empathy. The ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. Empathy involves sensing emotional states, but doesn't involve direct thought transfer. Intuition. A gut feeling or instinctive understanding without the need for conscious reasoning. Intuition can guide decision-making, but is not the same as receiving specific thoughts or messages from another person's mind. Understanding these differences helps clarify what telepathy entails and prevents conflating it with other forms of psychological insight. Another common issue is the misinterpretation of telepathic signals. Novices may confuse their own thoughts or subconscious mind with incoming telepathic messages. Subjectivity. Personal biases and preconceived notions can color the perception of telepathic messages, leading to inaccurate interpretations. Clarity of signals. Telepathic communication can sometimes be vague or symbolic, requiring practice and refinement to interpret accurately. Misunderstandings can arise when signals are unclear or when the receiver lacks the experience to decode them properly. Skepticism towards telepathy is often rooted in scientific critique and the demand for empirical evidence. Replaceability. One major scientific critique is the difficulty in replicating telepathic experiments under controlled conditions. Skeptics argue that without consistent, repeatable results, telepathy cannot be considered scientifically valid. Measurement. Another challenge is the lack of reliable methods to measure telepathic phenomena. While some studies have shown promising results, the subjective nature of telepathy complicates the development of standardized measurement tools. Common skeptical arguments and responses. 1. Telepathy violates known laws of physics. Response. Advances in quantum physics, such as entanglement, suggest that our understanding of reality is incomplete. Telepathy might operate through mechanisms that are not yet fully understood within current scientific paradigms. 2. There is no concrete proof of telepathy. Response. While telepathy lacks widespread empirical validation, numerous experiments like the Gansfeld and Maimonides studies have produced statistically significant results. Continued research and improved methodologies may eventually provide more concrete evidence. 3. Telepathic experiences can be explained by coincidence or psychological factors. Response. While coincidence and psychology can account for some experiences, the consistency and specificity of many telepathic accounts suggest that these factors alone do not explain all instances of telepathy. Developing telepathic skills can be challenging, with several personal obstacles to overcome. Belief in one's abilities is crucial. Skepticism and self-doubt can inhibit progress, as a confident and open mindset is often necessary for telepathic development. A cluttered mind filled with distractions can impede telepathic clarity. Regular practice of meditation and mindfulness can help quiet the mind and enhance focus. Unresolved emotional issues can create mental blockages that interfere with telepathic communication. Working through these emotions through therapy or self-reflection can help clear these obstacles. Like any skill, telepathy requires consistent practice and patience. Impatience or sporadic efforts can slow progress, while regular, dedicated practice can lead to gradual improvement. Telepathy in popular culture. Telepathy has been a captivating element in literature and film, giving rise to numerous iconic characters who wield this mysterious power. Professor X from X-Men. Charles Xavier, also known as Professor X, is one of the most well-known telepaths in popular culture. As the founder of the X-Men, he uses his telepathic abilities to communicate with and protect mutants. His powers include mind reading, mental manipulation, and projecting thoughts, making him a central figure in the X-Men universe. Jean Grey from X-Men. Another prominent telepath from the X-Men series, Jean Grey's telepathic and telekinetic abilities make her one of the most powerful mutants. Her storyline explores the complexities and dangers of immense psychic power, particularly when influenced by the Phoenix Force. Carrie White from Carrie. Stephen King's Carrie features a young girl with telepathic and telekinetic powers. Her abilities, triggered by intense emotional distress, culminate in a dramatic and tragic exploration of telepathy as both a gift and a curse. Matilda Wormwood from Matilda. In Roald Dahl's beloved children's novel, Matilda possesses telekinetic powers. While primarily known for moving objects with her mind, her keen intellect and perception suggest a form of telepathy, particularly in understanding and influencing her environment. Telepathic fiction often explores a variety of themes and tropes that reflect societal anxieties and aspirations. Isolation and alienation. Telepathic characters often feel isolated due to their unique abilities. This theme is prevalent in stories where telepaths struggle with their identity and the burden of knowing others' thoughts. Power and control. Telepathy is frequently depicted as a double-edged sword, offering immense power but also the potential for misuse. Stories like Carrie and X-Men explore the ethical implications and consequences of wielding such power. Connection and understanding. Positive depictions of telepathy highlight its potential to deepen human connections and empathy. Characters who use their abilities to foster understanding and communication exemplify the idealistic aspects of telepathy. Fear of the unknown. Telepathic abilities often evoke fear and suspicion, both from those who possess them and those around them. This trope underscores the fear of invasion of privacy and the unknown nature of telepathic powers. Influence of popular culture on public perception. Popular culture profoundly influences public perception of telepathy, shaping how people understand and react to the concept. Positive impacts. Increased interest. Telepathic characters and stories spark interest and curiosity about psychic phenomena, encouraging people to explore these concepts further. Empathy and understanding. Fictional portrayals of telepathy often highlight the importance of empathy and understanding, promoting these values in real-world interactions. Imagination and creativity. The imaginative scenarios depicted in telepathic fiction stimulate creativity and open-mindedness, allowing people to consider new possibilities. Negative impacts. Skepticism and dismissal. Over-the-top or unrealistic portrayals of telepathy can lead to skepticism and dismissal of genuine research and experiences related to telepathy. Fear and misunderstanding. Negative portrayals, especially those emphasizing control and invasion of privacy, can foster fear and misunderstanding about telepathic abilities. Unrealistic expectations. Popular culture can create unrealistic expectations about the ease and scope of telepathic abilities, leading to disappointment or disillusionment for those exploring telepathy in real life. Shaping expectations and beliefs. The depiction of telepathy in popular culture shapes public expectations and beliefs in several ways. Accessibility and mastery. Movies and books often portray telepathy as a readily accessible and easily mastered skill, which can mislead people about the effort and practice required to develop any genuine telepathic ability. Moral dichotomies. Telepathic characters are frequently cast in clear moral roles, either as heroes using their powers for good or villains exploiting their abilities for nefarious purposes. This dichotomy simplifies the complex ethical considerations surrounding telepathy. Scientific possibility. Science fiction often blends telepathy with advanced technology or alien abilities, making it seem either more plausible or more fantastical, depending on the narrative context. This duality influences whether people view telepathy as a potential reality or mere fantasy. The future of telepathy. One of the most promising developments in the realm of telepathic communication is the advent of brain-computer interfaces (BCIS). BCIS enable direct communication between the brain and external devices, potentially paving the way for telepathic-like exchanges. Current developments. Companies like Neuralink are at the forefront of BCI technology, developing implants that can read and interpret neural signals. These devices aim to restore communication for individuals with disabilities, but they also hint at broader applications, such as direct mind-to-mind communication. Future potential. As BCI technology advances, it may become possible for individuals to transmit thoughts, emotions, and sensory experiences directly to each other. This could revolutionize how we interact, breaking down barriers of language and enabling deeper, more immediate connections. Neurotechnology encompasses a wide range of tools and techniques designed to interface with the nervous system. Advances in this field could significantly enhance our understanding and potential application of telepathy. Neural imaging. Improvements in neural imaging technologies, such as functional MRI, fMRI, and magnetoencephalography (MEG), allow scientists to observe brain activity with greater precision. These advancements could help identify the neural correlates of telepathic communication. Neurostimulation. Techniques like transcranial magnetic stimulation (TMS) and transcranial direct current stimulation (TDCS) can modulate brain activity. Research into how these methods affect cognitive functions and consciousness could provide insights into enhancing or enabling telepathic abilities. Potential societal impacts. The integration of telepathic technologies into everyday life could bring profound changes to how we communicate and perceive privacy. Enhanced communication. Telepathic communication could transcend language barriers, allowing people from different linguistic backgrounds to share thoughts and ideas directly. This could lead to more inclusive and efficient global interactions. Privacy concerns. The ability to read or transmit thoughts raises significant privacy issues. Ensuring that individuals maintain control over their own mental privacy will be a critical challenge. Policies and technologies to protect against unauthorized mind reading or thought manipulation will be essential. The development and use of telepathic technologies will necessitate careful consideration of ethical and legal frameworks. Consent and autonomy. Ensuring informed consent for any telepathic interaction will be paramount. Legal frameworks must be established to protect individuals' rights to mental privacy and autonomy. Use and misuse. Ethical guidelines will need to address the potential for misuse of telepathic abilities, such as coercion, manipulation, or surveillance. Clear regulations will be required to prevent abuse and ensure that telepathic technologies are used responsibly. Access and equity. As with any advanced technology, ensuring equitable access to telepathic tools will be important. Addressing disparities in availability and preventing the creation of new societal divides will be crucial for ethical implementation. Predictions and speculations. Looking ahead, several predictions and speculations can be made about the future of telepathy. Mainstream adoption. If telepathic technologies prove reliable and secure, they could become a common part of everyday life within the next few decades. This could lead to a fundamental shift in how we interact and communicate. Cultural shifts. The normalization of telepathic communication could lead to new cultural norms and etiquettes. Societies may develop new ways of expressing thoughts and emotions, as well as new forms of artistic and creative expression. Scientific breakthroughs. Ongoing research in neuroscience and quantum physics could yield new insights into the mechanisms of telepathy. Discoveries in these fields might provide a more comprehensive understanding of consciousness and its potential for direct communication. Ethical evolution. As telepathic capabilities become more integrated into society, ethical considerations will evolve. Philosophical and legal debates about the nature of consciousness, identity, and privacy will likely intensify, shaping the future ethical landscape. Conclusion. Throughout this ebook, we have delved into the fascinating subject of telepathy, exploring its many dimensions. We began with a comprehensive definition of telepathy, distinguishing it from related phenomena like empathy and intuition. We then journeyed through historical perspectives, examining how various cultures and ancient civilizations have understood and portrayed telepathic abilities. Our exploration continued with an overview of modern research and theories, highlighting key figures like J.B. Rhine and discussing contemporary scientific inquiries into the nature of telepathy. We also provided practical guidance in developing telepathic abilities, offering techniques ranging from beginner exercises in visualization and meditation to more advanced practices like remote viewing and telepathic influence. The discussion extended to the applications of telepathy in everyday life, demonstrating how telepathic skills can enhance personal relationships, parenting, education, and professional interactions, all while emphasizing ethical considerations. We acknowledged the challenges and skepticism surrounding telepathy, addressing common misconceptions, scientific critiques, and personal obstacles. The influence of popular culture was another key area, where we examined how telepathic characters in literature and film shape public perception and expectations. Finally, we speculated on the future of telepathy, considering emerging technologies, potential societal impacts, and the ethical and legal frameworks that will need to evolve. Telepathy, as we have seen, is a profound and multifaceted phenomenon that holds great potential for personal and societal transformation. While the journey to develop telepathic abilities can be challenging, it is also incredibly rewarding. we encourage you to continue exploring and practicing the techniques discussed in this ebook. Regular meditation, mindfulness practices, and focused exercises can help you enhance your telepathic skills. Engage with others who share your interest, and consider forming practice groups to experiment with telepathic communication. Stay open-minded and patient, as developing any new ability takes time and dedication. The potential of telepathy extends far beyond mere mind-to-mind communication. It represents a deeper connection between individuals, fostering empathy, understanding, and unity. In a world often divided by misunderstandings and conflicts, telepathy offers a glimpse into a future where communication transcends language and barriers, allowing for a more harmonious existence. As scientific research and technology advance, the possibilities for telepathy are expanding. Brain-computer interfaces and neurotechnology are bringing us closer to realizing the dream of direct mental communication. However, with these advancements come significant ethical considerations that must be carefully navigated to ensure that telepathy is used responsibly and for the greater good. Embrace the journey of exploring telepathy, not just as a means of communication, but as a path to greater self-awareness and deeper connections with others. The exploration of telepathy is as much about personal growth and understanding as it is about discovering new abilities. As you continue on this path, you may find that the potential of telepathy extends into realms of consciousness and human experience that we are only beginning to understand. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the fascinating world of telepathy.